Ready?
Very.
Hello, please introduce yourself and who you're cosplaying.
Hi, my name is Edward McDermott, and I am cosplaying as Cecil Palmer from Welcome to Night Vale.
I am Ramirez, Andi for short, and I am cosplaying female Trickster John from Homestuck.
Cosplay is,
It's like
a way to express yourself.
playing dress up as a kid. It's an invigorating feeling.
Can't think of something. Okay. And to express the fandom and what it really means to you.
It's amazing.
I came across cosplay on the internet, like most people.
I was in the 6th grade. I was very young.
I really appreciated what they did and what they did for their particular fandoms and how they really embodied those characters. I took interest because I wanted to be like them. Not just the cosplayers, but I wanted to be like the characters because I look up to them.
It was while I was reading a Japanese magazine and I saw cosplayers in Japan, and it intrigued me that one would want to cosplay an anime or anything really, and that's how I discovered it.
Putting together a cosplay usually takes a lot of money and resources and time.
You start off with something you want to cosplay from either a TV show, video game, comic, anime, whatever it is. You buy your materials, fabric, you can purchase things that are already made, buy your wig, and assemble it all together. And then you essentially become the character. You research that character and learn how to act like them for when you go to conventions and try to impress your friends.
It's really just knowing what you need to get in order to put something together. But wigs, that's a big one. Wigs are important.
I wrote important.
Important. Sometimes.
I'd have to say my favorite character to cosplay at the moment that is complete would be Terezi Pyro from Homestuck. It's just fun acting like a total nut job blind girl. A character that I would probably enjoy cosplaying would be Loki Laufeyson from Thor.
My favorite character to cosplay is Gamzee Makara from a webcomic called Homestuck. I cosplay the most at cons or at school. School mainly to test out what I'm gonna do at cons. Cosplaying at a convention of any kind is really, well, fun. And it's fun because you get to meet new people, you get to have people look at you, make friends, take photos, be cool, be rad.
I cosplay the most at gatherings and conventions. I don't really like cosplaying at school, it just doesn't seem like the time and place for it. But I think the most I cosplay is probably at home, just being a total dork.
A convention is a smorgasbord.
It's a herd of nerds. A giant cluster of geeks in costume.
A meeting of fans of all sorts of every or any fandom of any movie, comic, show, pretty much anything. Anything goes.
The experience is completely overwhelming and is amazing. It's pretty hard to describe, but it's like you're into something and you're really passionate about it, and it's like you found your people. These are your people, and they understand you. The cosplay community can be both really fun and exciting, but also very scary to get into. two things can either happen. You could be accepted for the big weirdo that you are, or people can judge you for not being completely accurate in your cosplay. A lot of rude things that could be said is about your weight, about how your face looks, if you don't look like the character, or you are not my headcanon. And the insults are rude, and it's just plain stupid to even take time out of your day to insult another cosplayer for not being up to their standards.
The belief that you should completely and totally look like the character that you're about to cosplay is rubbish. Pure trash.
There are people who are going to look similar, but characters are always up to interpretation. Of course, unless it's from a TV show or video game, then they have a very distinguished look to them. But everybody's unique in their own way, so going to that extent is a bit unpractical.
But it does have an aspect that is true. You should strive to look somewhat like the character.
I condone the cosplayers who go as far as they can to be as close to the character as possible. A lot of respect to them.
You have to respect their efforts. They should be admired. Personally, have never been criticized for cosplay and looking bad.
I've never actually been criticized for being inaccurate. Either people were being nice, or I just haven't done a cosplay that has been bad.
But I have seen instances. It really does disturb me when people go for the effort to criticize people on hard work that they've done.
There has been instances where people told me, oh, you're my headcanon, and it's a great compliment to hear when you are very close and similar to somebody's interpretation of the character. But personally, having been insulted, no. I have heard people insult other cosplayers for not being accurate, and it is anger. It's an anger feeling that I get hearing that, because it's nobody's place to criticize somebody. At first, my family did not exactly support the idea of me cosplaying. They thought it was childish, and I didn't exactly was trying to grow up. But later on, they realized that it was all in good fun, and they're a bit more supportive of it. They are more so for the fact that I earn my own money when it comes to spending everything I need to make the cosplay, because cosplay is a very costly hobby.
My family supports me in every way, although they do not wish that I spend so much money on it. It is a very time-consuming. They wish I was out driving.
I would continue cosplaying as long as I possibly could. I could be this 40-year-old mom and I'd still be cosplaying. I enjoy it. It's a passion of mine. Cosplays that I intend to do in the future, there are too many to list. I could probably list 3 just so you can get an idea, but it would probably be Loki from Marvel, Powergirl from DC, and a lot of Homestuck.
I would like to do it as long as I can. It is a very fun and not only an exercise of the mind, but it's also a great way to meet people and making friends. That's what life's all about.
The reason why I cosplay, well, there are several. I enjoy the feeling of being a kid again. It's a very youthful feeling to go around in costume without having people judge you at conventions and stuff. It also adds a bit of the fact that I am responsible enough to put all of this together, because it does take a lot of time and effort, and you need to have, you know, an organized schedule to do so. There's a thrill factor. The thrill factor of cosplaying and going through long hours waiting in line to see your favorite panel and almost spending the whole day not eating because you're so distracted with everything a invigorating feeling.
I cosplay not to look good, but kind of to feel good and to embody the character that I'm being. Because being them really, how do I put this into words? It's just a feeling that you're connected with that character.
I would continue to do it for as long as I possibly can. I love cosplaying. It is my life and my passion.
And cool.
I love cosplaying.
Straight into the camera.
I love cosplaying.
Okay. Yay.
Super sugoi desu.
Photo op.
My favorite my favorite cosplay to do is a character from a webcomic called Homestuck. Let's skip over that. We'll skip over that. Clown of sorts likes to rap.
Alright, if you're gonna start again, you have to say my favorite thing.
Oh, I gotta start the whole thing over again.
Kara from a webcomic called Homestuck.
Oh,
Simple.
it's not simple.
Alright, ready?
All right, my favorite. You got.
We're gonna have a lot of bloopers.